Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports. The local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
The Phoenix Suns have a credibility crisis. They've lost basketball games and the public confidence, and now they are standing at another crossroads. If they hire Jordan Ott, they will have paired a first-time head coach from Michigan State with a first-time GM from Michigan State. They'll be doubling down on a dubious and self-serving strategy, and by doing so, they'll infuriate a large portion of their fan base. It will confirm all lingering perceptions and suspicions of Mat Ishbia as an owner who may not have a clue and one trying to recreate his glory days in East Lansing. And it would be particularly troubling because for an owner who swears he's just a custodian of the Phoenix Suns and a steward of our collective history, the Spartifying of our basketball team suggests just the opposite. But if Ishbia hires Johnnie Bryant, it will be both reassuring and redemptive. It will prove that he can hire a better candidate over a guy from Michigan State, and from the resumes of the two finalists, Bryant is clearly a better choice. Now, it won't make all of his critics go away, especially all the national writers and broadcasters who are now scoffing, clucking, and rolling their eyes at everything the Suns do, but it will make exactly the kind of statement Suns fans sorely need to hear. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW who make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
We're going to look for someone that fits the vision of the Phoenix Suns basketball organization, someone that's going to live out exactly what I'm talking about, someone that's a little bit grimy, a little bit grinder, a little bit tough, have a little bit of that in them. You know, I joke, but it's true. Like, I'm no talent, all heart. That's my life. Like, I have no more. I wasn't born with a mortgage. Not like I will just outwork everyone. I'm going to have a coach, a front office, players that the Phoenix community will love because it's going to be that.
That's Mat Ishbia back on April 17th following the conclusion of a very disappointing season, talking about what he's looking for in a head coach. And you can kind of listen to the grinder, the grit, the grime. Is that the Michigan State element? Now, if he's talking about outworking anybody, not to disparage Jordan Ott's work ethic, I'm sure it's great. He's been in the league for quite some time with different organizations and is well thought of. In reading more about Johnnie Bryant, that's one of the things that stood out to me was the work ethic, like always looking for some sort of edge to work with players to give them the tools they need to improve.
If they're taking Devin Booker's advice on this, I would be stunned if Devin Booker wouldn't have picked Johnnie Bryant out of these two. I'd be stunned. I mean, you look at everything Johnnie Bryant has done, he's just further down the road than Jordan Ott. And again, this is not to say that Jordan Ott wouldn't be a good head coach, just like it's unfair to say Brian Gregory won't be a good general manager. But there are perceptions here that matter. There are suspicions here that matter. There's a fan base that is, this is almost like a cliffhanger, right? This is almost like a Survivor series. You know what this is actually like? This thought just occurred to me. With a guy with Michigan State ties in the head coaching search and lasting all the way to the finals, this is almost like Kendrick Lamar halftime of the Super Bowl. Is he really going to do it? Is he really going to do it? Say, Drake. That's what it feels like. Is he really going to hire another Michigan State product?
You've really become a Kendrick Lamar super fan.
I was going to say, that's a really good poll right there.
Thank you. That's what it feels like, because going into that performance, it's like, is he going to do it?
So who's that, make Brian Gregory, Serena Williams in this? Trying to figure that. But, yeah.
Speak, Jared. You've got a microphone in front of your mouth.
He started speaking before he had anything to say. Yeah. It's happened to all of us, Jared. But I'm trying to steer away from the whole mentality of this thing being blurred or shaded or colored, however you want to use it, by the Michigan State connection.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to do because it's so prevalent. And I shared this with you. We talked about it on the air. We were both at the Brian Gregory press conference, and Kellen Olson asked Brian Gregory, what kind of programs or teams are you looking to emulate when you're putting together this image? And culture of the Phoenix Suns. And I'm thinking, don't say Michigan State. Don't say Michigan State. And he said Michigan State. But that's what they're used to. That's what they're leaning on. Doesn't mean Johnnie Bryant won't get the head coaching job. I feel like going down this road, and if Jordan Ott is the choice, it's going to be just another level of criticism that he's going to have to overcome.
There's no doubt about it. And the target that will be on their backs, and the rest of the NBA. Oh, isn't that cute? They're trying to recreate a college team. How cute!
It'll be like any nepotism hire in Hollywood or in business or whatever. Even if you are qualified, or even if you will do a good job, you go with that tag on you from the very beginning, and you have to overcome that. You have to do twice as good as anyone because everyone has that image of you right away. I remember what I was going to say earlier, by the way.
Better be good, though.
On the Devin Booker thing, and saying that there are, we think he would pick Johnnie Bryant for sure if he had the choice. We don't know, though, how much influence he has. It might just be, are you okay with this guy being the head coach? Not necessarily which one of these do you prefer.
Okay.
Because what if he says he prefers one of them and then they don't pick them?
Well, then you probably shouldn't ask. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's.
Yeah, I see the point. Like, hey, tell me the pluses of each of these guys.
Right.
Tell me the negatives.
I've just got a hunch that Mat Ishbia, either he's doing this because he knows people are tripping, or he's doing this so he can further Jordan Ott's career. I think he's going to pick Johnnie Bryant.
I've learned in my brief young fandom to whatever I think about the Phoenix Suns, just go the opposite way.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
Like genuinely, like the whole coaching search, this is a selfish disappointment. I wanted Sam Cassell from the start, wasn't in the list. I really liked Borrego and Chris Quinn. They didn't make it to the finals. And it's now two guys that, and I think Johnnie Bryant would do a great job. So I'm preparing for Jordan Ott to be the head coach.
I was surprised, to go back to what you said, Sammy, too. I was surprised at the number of Suns fans that were interested in Sam Cassell. I think these are the newbie Suns fans.
There certainly couldn't be the old Suns
no
fans.
part of that guy.
That's like hiring Mario Ellie to be the head coach.
Why don't we just hire Robert Horry to be the head coach?
There's some guys you just cannot embrace.
Why don't we just hire Giannis to be the head coach?
Right.
Luka.
Yeah, exactly. So the decision's coming down. These meetings supposedly going down today in Michigan with Mat Ishbia, Bryant or Ott or Bryant. Or both. Not going to happen.
No.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.